That is ugly, ugly, ugly. Well, he has two things he can do here. He can either go on this side of the pins and go for the pin count, try to slide some pins over, but the best way to try to make it is go over in the 6-10 zone and try to slide the 6 over into this cluster. Let's see what he does. Pin count's important.
I know that Sonny France in Louisville came right out of his chair. That's where this young man practices for free. Alan Bishop.
Whew. Chris, I can't remember that 5-pin combination ever being made in the championship round before.
Never.
And there again, those sideboards, and we talked about that pin deck area being very smooth, allowed those pins to bounce around. Great shot. He leads by 8 pin, 6 frame.
Now the adrenaline. He's pumped. So let's see how Derek Williams responds now.
Boy, that's a good point. After a player makes a big split like that, you're sitting on the bench, you think you're going to have maybe a 5 or 6 pin lead. All of a sudden, you're trailing by 8. Let's see what Derek Williams does. He trails by 8, 6 frame.
The only kind of response, right, Nelson?
That's the way to do it. And Williams showing him some experience, whether his brother gave him some advice in between games or not. As the oil carried farther down the lane, Derek Williams has moved towards the center of the lane, a very cerebral move. He's not playing that wide, big hook as his opponent Alan Bishop is doing. And this is really the right move, a very experienced move, and I believe his brother must have said something to him. Great idea. But you can't swing it wide. The previous frame, he kept that ball almost straight down the second arrow. Ball set up in the pocket. That time he sent it very wide. Once again, the 3-7 split. Get the ball to the right of the 3-pin, drive it over into the 7.
Tough break for Derek Williams in our second match. He won the first. We'll be back after this. CEO of Quaker State, Jack Korn on the right, and Vice President of Marketing, Scott Chickering. And my all-time favorite golfer with his wife, Peggy, Byron Nelson, the legend.
Now Bishop up, 20-pin lead, 30-pin lead now.
You know, from time to time, Bo, we look-alikes. Walter Ray Williams, professional. I always said he looked like Errol Flynn. Does this young man look like actor Robert Taylor?
Very closely, yeah, he does resemble it. Hey,
come on, look
Alan
up, Alan.
Bishop. Yeah, closely remembered.
There.
We'll see how he's playing the lanes. Robert Taylor doesn't know how to play the lanes like this. Start here, row there, throw that ball out in this area. You will have a 40-pin lead if you get a good break on the pins.
Really lost his balance at the line, leaving only the 4-7, though.
Well, players all over, not consistently in the pocket. We've seen it all week long where the players are just pounding the pocket, pounding the pocket. This young man averaged the lowest of any of the 5 finalists on the championship pair, just 201, but right now he's in a position to take a 28-pin lead.
With a lot of speed, marking with a spare. Alan Bishop now back to Derek Williams.
Alan Bishop going at a 2:01 pace. Derek Williams with some strikes can finish at 2:03. He can still make a match of it. 3 frames left.
Attaboy. Bo will be giving you the other top 24 finishers. I can point out that Marshall Holman finished 27th. Ron Palumbi of Erie, 29th. Danny Weissman, 36th. Brian Voss, 47th. Dave Houston, 39th, and Bob Handley, 38th. Our score statistician, many-time champion, Del Ballard, out of the money, but he'll be back.
Well, Williams just struggling on the left-hand lane. He's high, then he's light, then he's high, then he's light. Right now he's left the 1-3-9 Has to get the ball to the right of the head pin. Still has a potential 183. Seeing the ball, throwing the ball a little bit too hard. Slides by the head pin. All right, for Bishop, who in the previous 2 frames has had 1 great shot in the 7th frame and a great split conversion in the 5th frame, has a 28-pin lead, 9th frame.
Right. Giving everyone quite a show. Alan Bishop of Louisville, Kentucky.
The revolutions of the ball, the big hook, and the tremendous pin actions. He almost leaves a solid 8. Head pin goes to sideboard, jumps off those lively sideboards across that smooth pin deck, takes out the 8 pin. Alan Bishop is on the threshold of winning his first game in a championship round. 10th frame. Even though he has slid by the head pin and left the 3-7 split, the 3rd time we've seen that split today by one of the combatants out in the championship round, he has the match well in hand.
Well, we've had 2 matches. We have 2 different winners. Derek Williams, who lost now, against Alan T. Bishop. According to Bo, high risks don't always pay high